Talking about the heavyweights, and just want to talk about Anthony Joshua. What's the latest with Anthony Joshua? Have you seen him recently?
I was with him this morning. Had a good meeting. Very focused on winning his belts back. Loads of offers from loads of different countries to stage a rematch. For me, it's between the UK and America. The dates are between November 16 and December 14 in terms of what we're talking about. Wembley, Tottenham, Cardiff, MSG, all in play. Like someone asked me earlier, where do you think it's more likely to be? I'm like, honestly, like 50-50 between the UK and America. So,
2 questions left. First of all, my competitors sort of come out and said that Sean Porter and Spence Jr. is finalised and it's going to be on pay-per-view. Now, looking at PBC's pay-per-view, they've had 6 under 12 months, and a lot of fans are complaining. Do you feel like there's a over-emergence of pay-per-view there by PBC?
Yeah, I think that again, like I can sympathise with them a little bit, because the purses go out of control and the money's not there from a broadcaster to pay the purses. So you have to look at an alternative model. That is pay-per-view. Where I can't sympathise with them is having a price point of $80. I mean, like that's where but it's so good for DAZN, because the fan has to look at DAZN and go, this is crazy value. But Spence against Porter is a really good fight. You saw Spence against Garcia do good numbers. Was that because of Spence or was that because of Mikey Garcia? So we'll see. For me, Spence Porter is not a huge pay-per-view driver, but it is a good fight. But I do have to sympathise a little bit sometimes with promoter, because if Errol Spence wants 10 million and Sean Porter wants 8 million and they're taking 2 million on the gate, where's the money coming from? And the broadcaster only wants to pay 5, So unless you want to go out and do that fight and lose $10 million, the only option is to put it on pay-per-view. I just wish they'd bring the price point down.
Just finally want to ask about Gervonta Davis. We saw a small interaction between yourself and him. He's saying that after his next fight, he wants that Tevin Former fight. You've said, let's make it happen. What's the situation with this? How difficult or how easy is this fight going to be able to be made?
Very difficult, because it goes back to what I said earlier about, my job is, I just responded because Gervonta Davis said, everyone's talking about his fight. I don't see anything from the promoters. I'm like, hey, we've made 3 offers. The last offer was huge. We're doing all we can to make this fight. Are you being told about these offers? I don't know. Or is it just, that's an offer to fight on DAZN, that's not happening? That should never be the job of a promoter or an advisor to say that. You've got to talk to your fighter about the opportunities. Let Tevin have his mandatory and Gervonta have his mandatory. That's a fight hopefully we can make for later in the year.
Well, Eddie, I know Sky are waiting for you. Thank you very much for talking to FightHype. Thank you.